Alright, Shalom. This is our Yahawah out of the Lion's Den. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rachak, Wadash, Ma'amath. I double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. I double honors to my elder as well down here in Lion's Den Camp. Hard one by Yahawah. A sincere water to the Akim and Akwatim and the children that's pushing the truth and believing with sincerity. It's very important, the water. I just wanted to touch on this story about a memory really about other times when our people were going through or getting ready to go into a really harsh time. We're already in harsh times, but the times are going to get much harsher. And rather than focusing on the harsh times to come, right now we should get ourselves ready. Right now we should be getting ourselves ready for the harsh time, but also keeping in our minds the hope and faith in Yahawah, Yahawashi. So we're not supposed to be we're not prepared to be famished, but we're preparing to be taken care of in a famish. All right. So, or not famished, but famine, Slakia. So this is Matthew chapter 14. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, at that time, Herod the Tetrarch, Tetrarch, and Tetrarch is like a high-ranking Roman ruler of about 4 parts of a country, like 4 provinces, so yeah, like a governor. Herod the Tetrarch heard of the fame of Yahawashi and said unto his servants, this is John the Baptist. He is risen from the dead, and therefore mighty works do show forth themselves in him. For Herod had laid hold on John and bound him, and put him in a prison for Herodias, Salakia. I always mess this up. Herodias, Salakia, for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife. For John said unto him, it is not lawful for thee to have her. And when he would have put him to death, he feared the multitude, because they counted him as a prophet. But when Herod's birthday was kept, the daughter of Herodias danced before them and pleased Herod, whereupon he promised with an oath to give her whatsoever she would ask. And she, being before instructed of her mother, said, give me here John Baptist's head in a charger. And a charger is like a real big plate. And the king was sorry, nevertheless, for the other's sake, and them which sat with him at meat, he commanded it to be given to her. And he sent and beheaded John in the prison, and his head was brought in a charger, a big plate, and given to the damsel, and she brought it to her mother. And his disciples came and took up the body and buried it, and went and told Yahawashi. When Yahawashi heard of it, he departed thence by ship into a desert place apart. And when the people had heard thereof, they followed him on foot out of the cities. And Yahawashi went forth and saw a great multitude, and was moved with compassion toward them, and he healed their sick. And when it was evening, his disciples came to him, saying, this is a desert place, and the time is not in the Slakia, and the time is now past. Send the multitude away, that they may go into the villages and buy themselves victuals. But Yahawashi said unto them, they need not depart. Give ye them to eat. And when they say unto him, we have here but 5 loaves and 2 fishes, he said, bring them hither to me. And he commanded the multitude to sit down on the grass, and took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, and looking up to heaven, he blessed and brake, and gave the loaves to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitude, and they did all eat, and were filled. And they took up of the fragments that remained 12 baskets full. And they that had eaten were about 5,000 men, besides women and children. It's like it beside women and children. And straightway Yahawashi constrained his disciples to get into a ship, and to go before him unto the other side, while he sent the multitudes away. So he So like I want to see the exact number. 12. And they that and so like and they that had eaten were about 5,000 men. And back then, humans in general, we burned more calories because we had to walk everywhere. So he was able to feed 5,000 men, beside women and children. And children be hungry, they be outrageously hungry, And so that's a beautiful thing, that it's a very glorious Kahalayim La Yahawah Shem Yahawashi. It's a very glorious thing that Yahawashi was able to do that for those people. All right, with only 2 fishes and 5 loaves of bread. All right, that's a beautiful time. That's the that's the type of mindset we should be. That's the type of memory, I should say. That's the type of memory we should be having when, and not only in these times, but also in the times to come. All right, because Yahawah Shah can ultimately give that power unto a multitude of men in these times, or in the times to come up as well. All right, because like the scriptures say, when he comes back, ye shall be as he is. All right, making us a very valuable, more precious than fine gold. The scriptures say. Let me get my next slide. Get my next scripture. This is Exodus chapter 16. All right, I'm gonna start at verse 1, and this right here is the story of the manna falling from heaven. And they took their journey from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came into the wilderness of Sin, of which is between Elim and Sani, on the 15th day of the second month after their departing out of the land of Egypt. After their departing out of the land of Egypt, and the whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. And the children of Israel said unto them, Would to Yahawah we had died in the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the flesh pots, and when we did eat bread to the full. For ye have brought us forth into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger. So the 2/3, the ignorant jakes were pretty much saying, we could have died in Egypt, but you would rather have us out here in the wilderness die of hunger. Just being unruly, just pig-headed like they are today. And we see that when we're out there on the highways and byways teaching our people, and they show that type of ignorance and spiritual death. Verse 4. Then said the Lord unto Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them whether they will walk in my law or no. And it shall come to pass that on the 6th day they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it shall be twice as much as they gather daily. And Moses and Aaron said unto all the children of Israel, At evening then ye shall know that the Lord hath brought you out of the land of Egypt, And in the morning then ye shall see the glory of the Lord, Yahawah Yahawashi. For that he heareth your murmurings against the Lord Yahawah. And what are we that the murmur against? What are ye in Salakia? And what are we that ye murmur against us? And that was the people talking to Moses. And Moses said, This shall be when the Lord shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full. And that word bread to the full, I mean you full. Like that's and in this time it's crazy. We're always people in this society have never really experienced true hunger. You go a few hours without eating, and your stomach get a little bit hurt. You're like, man, I'm starving. People really don't know what starving is in this place. Like America wastes so much food. All right, there's so much food waste. All right, the brand new packages aren't even being opened; they just sitting on the shelves expiring. All right, this place wastes so much food, but in a place where food is scarce and you're eating and you're filled, a multitude of people, that's a very, very beautiful thing. It's a very glorious and righteous thing. Let me get back into this. What verse was I on? In the morning ye shall see the full Lord of God. Verse 8. And Moses said, This shall be when the Lord shall give you in the evening flesh to eat, and in the morning bread to the full, for that the Lord heareth your murmurings which ye have murmured against him. And what are we? Your murmurs are not against us, but against the Lord. And Moses spake unto Aaron, and Moses spake unto Aaron, Say unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, Come near before the Lord, for he hath heard your murmurings. And it came to pass, as Aaron spake unto the whole congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, the glory of the Lord appeared in the cloud. And that cloud that it's talking about is the same cloud, and I'm going to get it, chapter 13. So this is chapter 13, Exodus chapter 13, verse 21. All right, it says, And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night. All right, I'm gonna read that one more time. This is Exodus chapter 13, verse 21. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud, and to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night. And that pillar, in a pillar of a cloud to lead them by day, and a pillar of fire at night, that's a chariot. So over here in verse 10, Exodus chapter 16, verse 10. And it came to pass, as Aaron spake unto the whole congregation of the children of Israel, that they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, the glory of the Lord appeared in the cloud. All right. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel. Speak unto them, saying, At evening ye shall eat flesh, and in the morning ye shall be filled with bread, and ye shall know that I am Yahawah your power. And it came to pass that at evening the quails came up, and that quail is matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up real quick. All right, this is a quail. See on the screen. All right, it's lawful. You can eat it. It's cool. And it's got that little it's they call it like a plume of feathers on their head. It's not one big feather. It's like a plume of little ones. And both the females and the males have it, but the males they do more with it. They kind of like sport it up. They shorten it, make it get longer, use it for mating and stuff like that. But the women, the females don't really do anything with their plume on top of their head. But just getting into the mindset of what type of birds were around them. All right, back at Exodus chapter 16, verse 13, it says, And it came to pass that at evening the quails came up and covered the camp. So they covered the camp. And in the morning the dew lay around about the host. And when the dew that lay was gone up, behold, upon the face of the wilderness there lay a small round thing, as small as the hoarfrost on the ground. And when the children of Israel saw it, they said one to another, It is manna. For they wist not what it was. And Moses said unto them, This is the bread which the Lord hath given you to eat. So I'm going to keep reading. Verse 16. This is the thing which the Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, hath commanded. Gather of it every man according to his eating, an omer for every man. And that word omer, I'm gonna show it. All right, this right here is an omer. It's and this right here just shows the holiness of our people, that we had like units of measurement for different type of like dimensions, for weight, for dry weight, for liquids, and for length. It just shows the beauty of our people. But an omer was a little bit bigger than a cab. So, and this is a weight of a dry good. So one cab is 2 quarts, and one omer is I'm so like your one cab is 1 quart, and 1 omer is 2 quarts. But biblically, it's just a little bit bigger than a cab. All right. So, all right. Verse 16. This thing which the Lord hath commanded. This is the thing which the Lord hath commanded. Gather of it every man according to his eating, an omer for every man according to the number of your persons. Take ye every man for them which are in his tents. And the children of Israel did so, and gathered some more and some less. And when they did meet it, then with an omer, he that gathered much had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lack. So every person got the full, their proper amount. Nothing more, nothing less. It's beautiful. Had no lack. They gathered every man according to his eating. And Moses said, let no man, Salakia. And Moses said, verse 19, and Moses said, let no man leave of it till the morning. Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Moses, but some of them left it until the morning. And when it left of it until the morning, and it bred worms and stank, and Moses was wroth with them. Dang. So can you imagine you tell your people a very, very simple thing, and they just completely don't listen to you, and now they got the whole camp smelling like who knows what that smelled like, man. You know, it's crazy. The simple the stubbornness of our people, and Moses was dealing with that on firsthand, and now we're all dealing with it. All right, because we're all in the same position as Moses. We're all Yahawah Yahawashi is making us all to be precious jewels out here. All right. So we already we're this happened for us to learn how to be patient and understanding with our people. All right, because they've been like this for years, and it's hard to break out of a cycle. You know, we all are still trying to make ourselves, because we're not perfect, so we're all trying to make ourselves better and better each day by day. All right, so you have to have patience with somebody who's taking, in your mind, they're taking long, or they're taking too long to change, but really they're changing at the pace that Yahawashi set for them. So verse 21, and they gathered it every morning, every man according to his eating. Verse 21, and they gathered it every morning, every man according to his eating, and when the sun waxed hot, it melted. Verse 22, and it came to pass that on the 6th day they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for one man. So going to this picture, 1 omer is 2 cabs, or it's like 1 omer is about 1/8 cab or 2 quarts. And if they gathered 2 omers, that means that they gathered, 4 quarts. It's like, hold on, let me make sure that says 2 omers. Yeah, 2 omers, so that's 4 quarts. Boom. So that's a lot. That's a lot of a bread-like substance to eat off of, Man, it's not going. All right. So 2 omers for one man, and the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses, and he said unto them, this is that which the Lord hath said, tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which you will bake today, and see it that ye will seeth. And see it that ye will seeth, and that which remaineth over, lay up for you to be kept until the morning. And they laid it up till the morning, as Moses bade, and it did not stink, neither was there any worm therein. And Moses said, eat that today, for today is the Sabbath unto the Lord, and today ye shall not find it in the field. 6 days ye shall gather it, but on the 7th, which is the Sabbath, in it there shall none be there shall be none. And it came to pass that there went out some people on the 7th day for to gather, and they found none. And that shows the state of mind that people are in. They, just like the rat race. There's not a day off. in Esau's kingdom. There's no day off in Esau's kingdom. They're always, I'm trying to get to the bag, man. I'm trying to make it, da 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 da. And Most High, you have a God-given day of rest, a God-given day of rest. May as well take that, May as well take that. Not may as well take that. Take that because it's commanded of him. All right, it's commanded by him to gather. All right, but people in their ignorance still went out there to gather. All right. There shall be none. Verse 28. And the Lord said unto Moses, How long refuse ye, Salakia, how long refuse ye to keep my commandments and my laws? See, for that the Lord hath given you the Sabbath, therefore he giveth you on the sixth day the bread of 2 days. Abide ye every man in his place. Let no man go out of his place on the seventh day. And that shows the holiness of that Sabbath day. That shows the importance of that Sabbath day, that he really does want us to rest. All right, he designed us. He created us like to work 6 days, and on the seventh day we rest. All right, and it's just a beautiful order that the Most High Yahawah Yahawashi has put into motion. So we do our best to observe the Sabbath day, going according to the new moon, and the new moon being it completely disappeared, not the full moon being a new moon. All right, the new moon is the vanishing of the moon, and then when it becomes a small crescent, waning, getting bigger and bigger, and then gets to the full moon, then it gets smaller, and then that disappearance of the moon, that's the new moon, and that's what you would count 7 days from, and that would be the Sabbath day. And it changes because we're on this Gregorian calendar, but in the kingdom, that's not gonna happen. The place of the seventh day. All right, verse. Hold on. Verse 2. All right, verse 30. Salakia. So the people rested on the seventh day, and the house of Israel called the name thereof manna, and it was like coriander seed, white, and the taste of it was like wafers made with honey. And that's a beautiful. Let me pull up coriander. So this right here, this is coriander. You can find that at Walmart. That's the coriander seed. All right, so it tasted like that. And also, what I just found out looking this up for this lesson, the leaves of coriander is what we call parsley. I was very surprised to find that out. And also what I also didn't know about coriander is also it also flowers, and it looks like that. It's a very beautiful thing. But I just wanted to show that. So back to verse 30. I'm gonna reread verse 31. And the house of Israel, Exodus chapter 16, verse 31, and the house of Israel called the name thereof manna, and it was like coriander seed, white, and the taste of it was like wafers made with honey. And a wafer is similar to what is in a Kit Kat. Very wafery, very, very thin, almost melt in your mouth type of substance made with honey. You know what honey tastes like. And this is food from heaven, from the heavens. Can imagine how beautiful that tasted. We're going to be eating that in the kingdom. That's what we're going to be tasting stuff just like it and better. Verse 32. And Moses said, This is the thing which the Lord commanded, Yahawah. Fill an omer of it to be kept for your generations. I'm going to reread that. Fill an omer of it to be kept for your generations, that they may see the bread wherewith I have fed you in the wilderness, when I brought you forth from the land of Egypt. And Moses said unto Aaron, Take a pot, and put an omer full of manna therein, and lay it up before the Lord to be kept for your generations. As the Lord commanded Moses, so Aaron laid it up before the testimony to be kept. And the children of Israel did eat manna 40 years until they came to a land inhabited. They did eat manna until they came unto the borders of the land of Canaan, Now an omer is the 10th part of an ephah, and an ephah is, all right, about 3 bushels of our measurements. But Salakia, 1 ephah is 0.6 bushels. So that's right there, the measurement. I'm not really good with math and measurements, but that's why I put it up on the screen so you can see it. But yeah, that's beauty. All that is how this is a memory that we have to keep in our mind of how Yahawah Yahawashi fed us in troubling times. All right. Matter of fact, let me go to Jeremiah. Not Jeremiah, Salakia. This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 25. It says, "Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. What ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better? Are ye not much better than they?" So we have to remember these things. We have to eat as much of this roll, drink as much of this water as we can right now for the times where this water and this bread is going to be scarce. All right. I pray this is edifying. Shalom.